speculation the cast for the Suicide Squad movie is now a lock. Confirmed to be Jared Leto, Will Smith, Tom Hardy, Margot Robbie, Jai Courtney, and Cara Delevingne. Though it's due out a bit less than 2 years away, a few months after Batman v Superman. Let's now take a look at why bringing a Suicide Squad movie to the big screen is one of the boldest and best moves DC has ever made. Yes, even bolder than destroying the character of Green Lantern and the career of Ryan Reynolds, who was forced to quit acting and become a snorkeling instructor, apparently. What a weird photo. Warner Brothers, admittedly, haven't had a great run with their DC properties outside of Batman. Man of Steel left critics and fans divided. Green Lantern, as mentioned, was the cinematic equivalent of being thrown down a flight of stairs. And Catwoman is probably the worst movie about a woman in a badger costume that we've ever seen. This movie is a step into uncharted territory for DC. The same way that Guardians of the Galaxy was for Marvel. And I think that audiences are keen to see something new other than just another Superman or Batman movie. DC also has put a lot of focus on their villains in the past, in particular when it comes to Batman. So making what the studio is pushing as an Ocean's 11 style movie with all villains forced to do something good by the government because of the bombs that have been placed in their heads. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, that's the basic premise of the Suicide Squad. Well, that's a great next move for the studio. Plus, we're getting some characters people have been dying to see on the big screen for years, such as Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and another interpretation of the Joker, which I want to get back to in a minute. Now, in relation to the cast and crew, despite some reservations people may have about some of the actors, there's no denying that this is a terrific ensemble cast, and I can't even begin to imagine the crazy negotiations and logistical nightmare it would have been to bring all these people together. Even Jai Courtney, who some people believe to be the weakest link, is still solid. He may not have impressed lately, but I think it's unfair to put that all on him. He didn't write Die Hard 5. I'm actually pretty sure no one did, but if you just look at the work he put into the first season of Spartacus, you'd realise he's totally capable of pulling off a character as ridiculous as Captain Boomerang. Yeah, he's ridiculous. I said it. The director also has proved that he can handle an ensemble cast. We all loved and remember SWAT, Sabotage, U-571, you know, that submarine movie with Bon Jovi. Okay, those aren't great examples, but he did make Fury and Training Day. And bolstered by such a strong lineup, there aren't any really good reasons to think that this isn't going to work. Now, it'll only be 8 years between this version of the Joker and the last. But you know what? I think that might be okay. Heath Ledger's untimely death robbed audiences of not only a great actor, but of seeing this character again in the near future. And I think that the Joker shouldn't remain unused for nearly 20 years like it was the last time. Leto clearly has the chops to pull this off, and he's more than capable of bringing us another interpretation. Hopefully something even closer to what we've been getting in the comics. But as it is always with casting choices, this remains to be seen.
What's so funny? You're fucking right.
Okay. So that was a video on Suicide Squad movie that's coming out soon, or 2016. Apparently those are the top reasons why it will be awesome. My person didn't really hear that many reasons at all, because I couldn't understand what the hell the guy was saying. I've never been a fan of the Suicide Squad, but I have to say this is a bold move for DC. I mean, considering how successful they've been lately, it's not hard to believe they want to throw their universe into their dump by making a freaking supervillain movie. But then again, Sony isn't any better, so. The only exception would be this, Assault on Arkham, but it didn't work right on Batman. If Batman didn't show up in this movie, probably wouldn't have watched it. So, it helps. It helped a lot, actually. I think it was partially based on the Arkham games, which I love, by the way. I thing about Suicide Squad is it could be like Ocean's 11 or something. It's a very successful film, I hear. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was basically a bunch of criminals coming together, so I guess it could be the same thing. But I mean, Guardians was okay, right? Surprised me with how good it was, but at the end of the day, it doesn't top any other movies that came before it. So my first heard was that this Squad movie was coming before Batman vs Superman, which would be kind of dumb. If it comes after, okay, I guess, but as long as Batman shows up or something, because how many people, general people, are going to watch a movie with a bunch of colorful villains that hardly anyone knows about, except for comic book fans? Realistically speaking, not many. I mean, it could work with a good cast because people like Will Smith, Tom Hardy, and them. Will Smith is playing Deadshot here, confirmed. Interesting choice. Haven't heard his name in a long time. Honestly, I was hoping he would play something like Black Manta or something, but I think it'd be a good choice. Deadshot could be interesting. Never seen Deadshot on the big screen, so. And this could be a good idea, and it could be a flop. So, it can go either way. Yeah, it needs to have some kind of hero in there. Somebody. I mean, Arrow had the Suicide Squad in season 2 or something. It was so boring. It's like, ugh. It's so boring because they didn't have any hero to stop them. It was just a bunch of random villains. And they were like two-dimensional characters anyway, so it's like, what's the point if you don't have someone as intelligent as Batman trying to stop them? I mean, Assault on Arkham, as soon as Batman showed up, everyone's like, oh shit, Batman is gonna kick our asses. And he kicked their asses. It's like, it'd be a good opportunity for Affleck's Batman to shine a little bit more if they cast him in the film for like a side appearance or something. It'll probably get more people into the seats. So, there's that. I'm hearing a rumor about Eisenberg, Lex Luthor appearing in the film. Like, no. I honestly hoped that DC would have a better. I honestly hope DC would have done better with casting Lex Luthor. Jesse Eisenberg, really? I made a video about why he's a horrible choice a long while ago on my channel. It's a horrible choice for Lex Luthor. Superman's arch nemesis, and you think a guy looks like he's freaking 15 years old. You gotta be kidding. So here's the ensemble cast. Will Smith is playing Deadshot. Jared Leto is the Joker. Tom Hardy, Rick Flag. Margaret Robbie is Harley Quinn. Jay Courtney, Captain Boomerang. Useless villain. Cara Delevingne is someone called Enchantress. Last time I checked, Enchantress was in the Marvel Universe, not freaking DC, but okay. And Lex Luthor's only a rumor at this point. Hopefully that's debunked. The less I see of him, the better. Lex Luthor. This does seem like a pretty good cast, and if you got a strong cast, it'd probably be a good film. Like I said, Guardians of the Galaxy is a good example of what this could be. It could be like this, or it could be as bad as Green Lantern, Catwoman, all the other DC movies. Either way, I don't really care, but as long as Batman shows up, I might be in the theater seeing this. Maybe. If Batman's in it. Now, about the Joker. I don't know who this Leto guy is. I'm sure he's a good actor. Never heard of him before, but I don't know, man. I don't know if this can work. Just in general. And then they'll literally have to introduce them, develop their character, and then do whatever they want for like the second half of the film, while maintaining the general audience's attention. And how can you really do that with a bunch of supervillains running around the screen? Granted, the Suicide Squad is about a bunch of villains who are captured and have bones in their heads and whatnot. So I guess they could be interesting, but I guess it depends on how they write it. Because the cast has been confirmed, but it depends on how they write it. If they get good writers, it could sound to be a good film. According to this guy, Sunday News or whatever his name is, Sunday Movies or something. This is going to come out after Dawn of Justice. Dawn of Justice, which already has way too many characters meshed into the same movie. People think it's going to work, but whatever, I suppose. I don't know. Just, I think Suicide Squad is a group of villains that should stay either in the cartoon movies or in the comics. Because on the big screen, there's only so much money they can make off of this. If they put Ben Affleck's Batman in this, probably won't have a problem. But without a strong hero or something in there to keep the balance between good and evil, who's gonna care? I'll just state my opinion on this. I mean, like, I'm not on either side. I'm just like, Suicide Squad. It's like the last thing I thought DC would actually do on the big screen. The Suicide Squad, really. Like, leave that kind of stuff in the comics, man. They should be focusing on solo movies with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Instead of making plans for freaking supervillain movies. Have you guys learned nothing from Green Lantern and all the movies that failed? Like, yeah, I'm not hating, but at the same time, I'm just a little optimistic at the moment. I don't know, man. I was skeptical about the cartoon movie, but once I heard Batman in there, I popped that shit in the DVD player. But as a Batman fanboy, I'm like, put Batman in there, and maybe I'll pay the $9 to see it. No Batman. I don't know. I like Will Smith as an actor, so maybe I'll see it just because he's in it, but doesn't mean it's gonna be any good. I wanted to see After Earth, but I heard I got bad reviews. Never got a chance to see it, and haven't even bothered to pick it up at all, because, whatever. Just have to see what happens. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed that this one does not fail.